Hello guys, we are in Milan again. We are entering in Amazon Italia. Let's get inside. You know, Amazon is well known globally for the e-commerce, but Amazon is so much more. It's also about Alexa, it's also about smart home. So today we get inside to discover more about these topics with two of the most important person who manage Amazon and Alexa on the Italian market. Let's get it in.
I am Lucrezia Mancini.
I am Chiara Rubagotti, language engineer in Alexa.
And I'm a senior business development manager in Amazon Alexa, based here in Milan.
I have worked my whole career as a linguist in speech technology, and I have joined Amazon in 2019 for the Alexa project. As a language engineer, I develop Alexa for Italian and Spanish customers. My role is to bridge language skills and computational skills, so it is very important to us that customers can speak naturally to the machine and not having to adapt to a machine-style language. So to me, Amazon is a place of invention. Especially working as an engineer in the Research and Development Center in Turin, I especially enjoyed the sense of industriousness and ingenuity of working together with my colleagues, scientists and linguists. And it is just inspiring to be able to work on the edge of technology and to know that what we are working for will impact customers' lives.
I joined Amazon back in 2016 in another part of Amazon in the retail organization, and I was the vendor manager taking care of Italian and Spanish markets for baby products. So fairly different job from what I do today. In 2021, I had the opportunity to join the Alexa team. So Alexa back then was a baby, I would say, so was in Italy just for 3 years. And I was saying, like, why not? Like, I wanted to go closer to what is innovation, and Amazon gave me this opportunity. So I think my experience is actually a good example of what I like in Amazon and what's working like in Amazon, because you can actually get in contact with very different businesses and very different opportunities, and also with different people in your career. For example, in my daily job today, I get in contact with developers, software developers, engineers, all people with a completely different background from mine. And I think that's extremely stimulating, both from a professional point of view, but also personal point of view.
Alexa's development can be compared a little bit to a child learning a new language from the ground up. A child will first learn the basics of the language, and then the language will expand as the world around the child expands. So we like to say that Alexa went to school, as we all did, learning subjects like literature and maths, for example, while Alexa was trained on subjects like sports, music, cinema. And the idea here is to develop a seamless integration between Alexa and the customers, so that learning language is instrumental to then growing into society and blending into it. So this translates technically into 5 different steps that we developed mainly in the Research and Development Center in Turin, where I work. So first, teaching the language to Alexa, and then developing a natural sounding voice from scratch. And then, of course, training Alexa on factual content, so information that is relevant to the Italian public. And then building a personality that we all love so much. And then finally building relationship with partners through skills. So our first aim in 2019, when we just launched, was to build the core skills and functionalities of Alexa. But as we go further, our goal is to always improve on the newest technologies, so that Alexa's fluency and capability always improves. So this is what we are looking forward to right now. Being up to date with events and language development is crucial to Alexa, so that we can deliver relevant and stimulating content to our customers. And what customers are interested in changes every day. So for example, when the pandemic broke out, people were seeking information on Alexa about the virus. But then when vaccines became available, they were seeking information on where and how to get it. So this is also true for language development. We know that languages evolve and change all the time. New words come into the common vocabulary, and we must be up to speed with it, with neologisms and colloquialisms, not just to be on the page with formalisms, but also to attune to the younger generation with buzzwords and trends.
So my role as business development manager in Alexa has evolved over the years. So when I joined back in 2021, my core responsibilities were like to bring, let's say, the basic content to our customers. So think about, for example, radio. Now, of course, our partnerships are quite established. So after 5 years, the role, as I said, evolved quite a lot. So I would say my main goal is like to make sure, first of all, that customers keep loving like the experience that we do have, but also like scout for any additional opportunities of business for Alexa.
As with any other language, when we started developing Alexa in Italian, we started from scratch. We wanted Alexa to sound natural and be fluent in Italian. So what were the challenges? In fact, as any other language, Italian is fascinating but equally complex. Think of the syntax, morphology, accents, and it is quite a different language from English. So let's think, for example, about morphology. Italian is extremely rich. Adjectives, nouns, and verbs require agreement for gender and number. So think of an utterance like benvenuto a casa. This calls for a number of variations. And thinking of syntax, for example, that is quite free, so we can have temporary phrases being scattered in different positions across the sentences. And this, again, calls for an extra attention. So we also have polite forms in Italian, which require different handling. And also, if you think of it, we have a number of regional accent and lexical variation based on the different regions. So we were lucky enough to have an Amazon presence throughout Italy, from Cagliari to Piedmont to Milan, and we were able to ask help at the beginning to our very own employees who collaborated with us to give us regional insight. So did our customers through the Alexa Preview program. They were able to give us feedback on regional variation, to be very idiomatic and specific for every region, because we want to be welcoming towards every type of Italian and to be able to understand every type of Italian. So, for example, think of phenomena like the verb spegnere, which is standard Italian for many regions, but it is not the case in Tuscany, for example, where they would use the word spengere, or any other kind of variation that we have in our peninsula. Same goes for Alexa speaking English in the context of an Italian conversation. So when we have English loan words, we were very adamant that Alexa would be accurate in the pronunciation, but not sound native English, because that would stand out as preposterous and simply ridiculous. So these were a few of the challenges that we had.
So all our devices are designed to ensure the high security protocols and also to ensure that customers have full control over their interactions. And how do we do that? So basically our devices start listening to customers only when they are called. So you have to use the wake word, for example, Alexa, and call it to make sure that device starts listening to you. And how do customers know about it? Well, there is like a blue ring that will light up when the device starts listening to the request. Customers can always decide to turn off the microphones through a button, and the same goes with the camera. So you can just decide to use the shutter to close the camera. Last but not least, you can review all interactions into the Alexa app, into settings, privacy, and decide either to delete some of them, or also to use like a setting to automatically delete your interactions, let's say every 3 months.